Hey guys, Buff from Gaming back bringing another video in our weapon conversion series, and today we're going to cover the HK433 IAR variant of this Kilo141 rifle, or the HK433. So yesterday in another video we covered the MG433, which was a variant of the different variant of the light machine gun for this. So this is the IAR variant, which is the infantry automatic rifle. Pretty similar to the M27 IAR, so let's go ahead and get into it, and then we'll give you some information on the weapon, look at the recoil, and see how it handles in game. So here you see our final version. If I deselect everything, we'll strip it down to the base Kilo141 of the HK433. So first off with the barrel. Now the M27 IAR, unfortunately we can't make it in this game, but this is as close as we can get. And the HK433 is meant to replace, well, it's a combination essentially of the G36 and the M416. So the M27 IAR is a variant of the M416 for the infantry automatic rifle. So what we're going to be doing is with the HK433 here, we're going to be making that IAR variant, since it will be coming in the future. So for the barrel, we're going to copy that M27 IAR barrel length, because we're going to want that infantry automatic rifle stats with this. So obviously the Singuard Arm 16.6 SOCOM is the exact length of the barrel for the M27 IAR, and since that's the version we're making for the HK443, we'll go ahead and select that. So it's good that we have that same barrel length here to match up with the M27. Laser and as muzzle we're going to skip. We're at optics. Again, this is kind of personal preference. The 4x flip sight I like, since this is more of a light machine gun variant and IAR. We kind of want to have close range to medium, as well as be able to get that 4x zoom in there, as well as we need to mount and engage at long range. Stock, this again is kind of a personal preference. For the MG433, we did the Singuard Arm Sniper Pro just to give us that extra aiming stability, but I don't think we really need it for this, since we don't have the extra weight of the C-Mag for the drum mags there with that 100 rounds. So we're going to go ahead and just stay with the standard stock. We're also going to skip on the perk. Now, for the rear grip, we're going to want that stippled grip tape. So this is obviously going to help our ADS speed and our sprint to fire speed. So our aiming stability is the only con here, which we can deal with for this particular build. But since we're going to be carrying around some extra weight with the mag, we're going to want this grip on this rifle. Go ahead and select that. Now for the mag, in real life, the M27 IAR takes a typical 30 round magazine, but for this build, we're going to want, of the HK433 IAR, we're going to want that 60 round mag, just to give us that extra firepower that we can keep aim, keep firing downrange, and not have to let up and reload with a 30 round mag. So we want sustained fire with that 60 round mag. Then for the underbarrel, the difference here that we did with the MG433 is we did a bipod. But for this version, if you look at a lot of what the M27 IAR fits, it is supposed to was meant to replace the M249 saw. So we could absolutely put a bipod on this if we wanted. But we did that with the MG433, and this is going to be a different variant of that. So what we're going to do is do a grip instead. So I think we're going to go with the Ranger grip. This is going to give us pros for recoil control as well as aiming stability. So this is going to just help us control that recoil with sustained fire while not utilizing a bipod, obviously. So we're not going to have that laser aim with the prone and crouch. This is going to just help us mitigate that as best we can. And that is our 5 attachments. So this is our HK433 IAR. Again, a lot of these attachments are subjective. Really, the only thing that's key with this is a 16.6 inch barrel, as well as a 60 round mag. You could even go with a 50 if you don't want the added weight. But the difference between the 50 and the 60, as far as mobility wise, you can see there the stats. Control and mobility takes a little bit of a hit, but it's not really significant enough to warrant us losing 10 extra rounds. So the HK433 IAR variant here. And let's go ahead and get a game now. Look at the recoil patterns with this build compared to what we did the other day with the MG433. And then we'll get in game and see how it handles. Okay, so now we're in game with our M27, or I'm sorry, our HK433 IAR. So what this is, obviously, is just a different variant of the HK433. So we made this in the IAR infantry automatic rifle variant. So let's go ahead first off, and we're going to get a decent distance here and test the fire with this. check the recoil without controlling it. So we'll keep our 4x flip up, and let's just let it rip. So you can see there it goes up and to the left, and then it stabilizes, right? So if we control it now, so you can see right there, I even overcompensated for it because it does stabilize a little bit. So initially you're going to want to control this, and then you can kind of let it sit. So you just want to control that initial kick, and then you can let it sit, and it's going to stabilize by itself, which is good. So that's controlling, letting it go. So now once more, let's see if we can get this wall here. Do a crouch and we'll control. So you can see there, all those shots pretty center mass, right? So let's try getting on this house now. We'll get that door. And if we use our standard hollow. So there you go, not too bad. We're able to keep it pretty accurate. Again, these are all, for the most part, center mass shots. If you're aiming for the chest and let that initial climb, you can see the initial climb for this on the muzzle is going straight up. So those first 5 or 6 shots are going to be a straight vertical climb. Then you're going to go to the left a little bit. So if you can control that and keep it straight, you're going to go right from the chest to the head. And then if you're really controlling it, you're able to keep it pretty tight right there. So that is our HK433 IAR infantry automatic rifle. Alright, so now that we're in game with our HK433 IAR infantry automatic rifle, let's go ahead and see how it performs in game against some bots. So see if we can get some decent engagements here. So obviously this is going to handle very similar to your standard Kilo141 of the HK433 Assault Rifle. And because obviously this is first off, the HK433 is a combination by H&K to replace the G36. So what it is though is a combination of the G36 as well as the M416 or the HK416. So, that's where we ran out of ammo there. So you can see what this is a combo of the G36 and the HK416. Brand new rifle, just introduced, I believe, back in 2017 by H&K. And the purpose of this, I think it's going to be replacing the G36 here soon. It's got to go through some trials and everything. But the M27 IAR was initially meant to replace the 249 SAW, the M249 SAW. And that's rolling out, I believe, in 2017 that began. The United States military ordered X amount of the M27s, but so this being the HK433 brand new rifle, we're going to assume that it's going to have an IAR variant of this. So what it is essentially a more mobile version of a squad support weapon, being the SAW. So the SAW 249, the belt-fed machine guns aren't as mobile as they would want, which is the role that the M27 filled. And the good thing is you can mount this too. That's why we're not using a bipod. We want to be more mobile. We want it to function more so like an assault rifle, but we want more sustained fire that we would get with a light machine gun, which is what this build basically is. And mounting it like this just makes it that much more accurate, which is why you don't necessarily need the bipod with this particular build versus the MG433, which we did the other day, which was the MG36 variant of this weapon. So since it's really a combination by H&K of two of their greatest weapons, being the 416 and the G36. And the G36 had that machine gun version, very similar to what we made there. So that filled that role. This is going to fill the 416's IAR role that the M27 had. Yeah, definitely behind me. No. So you can see it definitely handles really well. A lot of the sights are going to be personal preference also, so you can put on what you want for those. I have the 4x flip just for the sake of being able to, oh boy, just being able to flip at long range versus close range. Man, we are still out of ammo, huh? Go down in a blaze of glory here if we can. Still didn't get ammo. We need to get killed here. But let me know what you guys think of this gun. So I know a lot of you requested the the MG HK433 that I did the other day, the MG433. So we did that one, very similar to G36 machine gun variant, MG36. And now this being the IAR variant, similar to the M27, since we can't really make the M27 or the HK416 in this game, just because even though it's very similar to the M4, it is really a slightly different platform. So we really kind of need to wait till they add different barrels and some different attachments to the M4 for us to really replicate the 416 as well as the M27. So hopefully those will come soon. Also, I need to still play around with the XRK M4 because that might have some different attachment variations that we could use as well. So now if I'll use the hollow for a little bit more here and we'll see how that handles as well. The good thing about this, again, you have the 60 round mag. It handles very similar to the assault rifle, but you're putting more sustained fire down range. And you can see if you play with the Kilo, it's a very stable weapon, and this obviously handles very, very similar. We're just putting a slightly longer barrel on there. I think the standard barrel that comes with this is a 14-inch, I want to say. It's not really labeled in game, so it's hard to know what the length is on the standard barrel. But here with the 16.6, it matches up identically with what the M27 IAR has. So this is our HK433 IAR. You can see it definitely handles really well. And I've been loving this in game. Definitely been using this a lot. And this is one of those weapons that's very feasible to use in a real game situation and be competitive in. Some of the ones that we built IRL, they don't really carry over as well as we would like to the game and the gameplay, but this is one of those ones that you can use very effectively. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, as this video goes up, I should be live over on Twitch, so be sure to come over there and check me out. If you watch this far, I should be live on there tonight. And leave your comments below, what you think of this weapon. Leave your builds below, so we'll be building the weapons you want. I think the next series that we'll do will probably be your custom builds, so you give me builds and I'll play with them. Or we'll match things from different video games aesthetically and cosmetic variants like that. But yeah, I do have a few more weapon conversions coming that we can make, especially with some pistols, shotguns, and some of the machine guns also. So those will be coming. Oh boy, I am dead. Darn. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this one. Give me your suggestions below. Also be sure to, as I said, I should be live on Twitch. The link is down below in the description of this video. Also, good ways to get a hold of me, Instagram and Twitter. Links are also down there in the description below. So I know if you want to get a hold of me quick, usually I try to... whoa, where'd this guy go? Oh my god. I try to reply all the comments right away, but sometimes it may take me a while. So if you want to get a hold of me right away, any suggestions or things like that you want me to see, Twitter and Instagram would be the place to go for that. So all in all, I think this is a really good gun. Definitely, I think, more effective, more feasible than the MG433 that we did. Just because of with the drum mag and everything, it's just that extra weight, lack of mobility, which is essentially what the M27 IAR was meant to do, is give more mobility to the user in the squad. And this is what the HK433 IAR variant does. So let me know what you guys think of this build. I'm Buff Nerd Gaming. This is the HK433 IAR. And until next time, Buff Nerd Gaming, out.